Welcome to Voices from the Bench, a dental laboratory podcast. Send us an email at info@voicesfromthebench.com or look for us on Facebook at Voices from the Bench. Greetings and welcome to episode 209 of Voices from the Bench. My name is Elvis.
Good day to you, Elvis. My name's Barbara.
What's happening, Barb? Nice to meet you. I'm just kidding.
Very busy. Very busy.
Why are you so busy? You're always busy.
I told you because,
I know.
Yeah, everything's relocating to us. Let's put it that way. So
that's great, I guess.
It is when you can keep on top of it, but it's mayhem. Good mayhem, but mayhem. Not in my department. I'm very, very, very on top of my stuff. So
of course.
Yeah. Always.
Of course. I can't imagine that there's any problems happening in your department.
Trust me. I'm a bad technician and I have a bad team and all good.
How big is your team?
9 people.
Wow. I didn't realize it was so big.
We're killing it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I've got like at least 30 full mouth diagnostics in there right now, which is more I've ever seen in my whole career. So yeah, but all good.
That's a great sign if people are planning ahead.
Bingo. Yep.
Big things are coming.
Yes, it does. All right, so what's happening?
This weekend, we're heading to Texas.
Yes, we are.
Are you super excited?
Yes, I am.
So this weekend is the Dental Laboratory Association of Texas meeting, or what they call it there, the DLAT.
DLAT.
So if you're going to be out there, make sure you stop by the Preet booth and say hi. And if you're into it, let's get you on the podcast. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it will. Or I'll just grab people. Whatever.
There you go.
Make them come on.
So even though we're going to Texas this weekend, this week we are showcasing conversations we got while we're at the Preet booth at LMT Lab Day Chicago.
Too fun.
Too much fun. So we talked about it a bunch a few weeks ago, but it was an amazing show. I mean, obviously not as busy as it usually is, but it was still tons of fun. Lots of great people.
Yep, agree.
So this week we feature 3 conversations with 4 different people. First up is husband and wife team from Digital Dental Laboratory, Brian and Christina Heaslip. I do believe I got that right this time.
I think you did.
This great couple come on to talk about balancing that whole work and family life, presenting together about the B&D Dental Zirconia, and because Christina is half of the ladies of the mill, we of course talk about their upcoming event. And then we chat with Katie Boteler, who drove up from Alabama to hang out with some fellow Instagram friends. She also talks about life at Aspen and their desire to move everything digital, which she might not be exactly for.
Yeah.
And then we wrap up the episode with the very first ever Barb solo interview.
Yay, Barb.
Yeah, so because we are recording at the Preet booth, who I also work for, I had to step away to talk to some technicians about implant parts. But Barb had a great conversation with a gentleman that we actually talked to at our very first Lab Day Chicago recording back in 2019. Jonathan Thompson from Work NC Dental CAM software comes on to talk about automation of milling and the importance of having a CAM software that will allow you to do what's best for your lab. So join us as we chat with Brian and Christina Heaslip, Katie Boteler, and Jonathan Thompson.
And now a special message from our good friend Norbert Ulmer from Grow 3X.
If you want to save and also grow, Grow 3X is where you should go. Resins to print night guards for high impact and flex. Look no further because we have them at Grow 3X. Burrs for your mills, zirconia for your crowns. With Grow 3X, you will be the hottest lab in town. And last but not least, if you seriously want to grow, at Grow 3X aligners, and your doctors will say, wow!
Be sure to check out all Grow 3X has to offer at grow3x.com. That's GRO3X.com. And as always, we appreciate your support of the podcast.
Thank you.
Is your lab in a position to take on new customers? Do you have the capacity to service more doctors? America Smiles has helped hundreds of labs across the country to acquire new dental accounts. They're the biggest name in dental laboratory marketing. Don't waste time mailing and calling hundreds of doctors just to see poor results and hear overwhelming rejection. Let America Smiles do all the heavy lifting for you. For just $195 a month, the America Smiles One Voice program will help you skip to the front of the line. They'll prospect your local or target area, produce your creative marketing, and do all the cold calling to leave you with extremely qualified appointments guaranteed to help you find your ideal clients and grow your business. Visit americasmiles.net OneVoice. That's americasmiles.net/one-voice to learn more about how you can increase your lab's bottom line. Use the promo code Voices from the Bench, all one word, during checkout to qualify for a month-to-month agreement, enabling you the freedom to cancel the marketing service anytime. If you'd like to speak to an agent who can answer your questions about a time-tested, completely done-for-you approach to marketing, please give them a call at 708-279-9031. Join America Smiles One Voice today. Getting new dentists to try your lab has never been easier. And we appreciate your support of the podcast, America Smiles. Voices from the Bench. The interview.
I was thinking that. Good call. I like her already.
You didn't do it?
I didn't hit record quick enough. Say it again.
That's
You were
what
just
she
warming
said.
up.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
That is what she said, Closer to your mouth.
Digital Dental Laboratory.
Yes.
Christine and Brian Heaslip, right?
Heaslip.
Heaslip.
I do it every time.
You know he does it every time.
I know.
Not his best moment. Are you
I didn't
gonna
even
hit
think about it. I just
re-record?
went right for it.
Well,
and-
that's
Heaslip.
It's okay.
it's been a thing for my entire life.
yeah.
Yeah, I had him. I'm
Half of
Wojin.
mine.
Wojin.
Wojin?
Wojdan. Woe this. I'm
Whoa.
going back to Warner.
Warner.
It's like
Yeah.
no whack. I've been saying
Yeah.
that wrong for freaking ever.
Exactly. So
You
how's
brought-
the meeting going for you guys?
It's fantastic. I'm enjoying it a whole lot this year.
So
you guys
you're-
are stars
you're
this
both
time.
speaking.
I wouldn't go there.
I wouldn't say stars, but I tell you, we've kind of approached this Chicago Dental Meeting a whole different way than we ever have. Normally we're here more for
Networking.
and fun, and we've still done a ton of that. But it's just been different this year. Been a little bit lower key for us. I'll tell you, I've enjoyed it.
Because of less people, you think, or
Not
because
at
you're
all.
getting older?
I think
or-
we're getting old, and we're like,
Oh,
And different responsibilities.
And different
this show.
responsibilities,
So we're trying to maintain that professional appearance,
Yeah, good job.
and so we can wake up in the morning and be refreshed. And
I
not,
just don't want to be hungover at
No, it's not
presenting.
fun.
It's you don't. I can't think straight, and it's just like, no, we're representing our company, so we need to be a little bit more.
yep, agree.
So what are you guys
There.
Are
presenting
you guys
on?
presenting together?
Yes, we are
Oh,
together.
nice.
Team Heaslip.
Wait a minute. You work together. You're
You sleep
married.
together.
You
We
live
sleep
together. And now you present together?
We are.
Yeah,
How's
it's
it
actually
going?
pretty great.
Yeah,
Actually-
it really has.
I don't like presenting very much because,
Yes.
I think I
Nerves.
made nerves. Yeah, but
It's
being
terrible,
up there
yeah.
with my husband has been so much better.
Aw.
He calms me. We
You guys
calm each other.
finish each other's
We
sentences?
finish each other's
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, what are you presenting on? Help me out.
We got asked to speak on B&D Zirconia, the
Origin.
Origin Beyond
Oh,
Plus.
yeah.
And it's one of the things that I fought for years was a nice, aesthetic, strong zirconia, and I found it in the Origin
In the
Beyond
Origin?
Plus.
Yeah, I know a lot of labs that really like that product.
I mean, it's really
It's really pretty. It's pretty.
a lot of people think that the whole dipping to achieve shades
Yeah.
is just kind of lost. I said, well,
You still do that?
I
You
do
dip?
it. I
We
do
dip.
it every day.
When I dip, you dip, we dip.
We
dip.
dip.
Oh, yeah.
Double dip?
It's
Fun dip?
Fun
It's
dip.
different.
Love
It's-
fun dip.
Yeah, who doesn't?
It's different than what it used to be, and that's I think why a lot of people are hesitant to do it. I was hesitant to do it until I saw what I can achieve from that.
I've always done pre-shaded pucks in the whole lab career I was in. I don't,
Same here.
I don't understand that process of just milling white, which got to make your life easier.
Oh, God, yes.
It definitely does. Brian could now load a puck up and hit mill and
Not have to worry about
not have to
changing
change
it
it
out.
and babysitting
Right, I'm not.
the mill.
I call
yeah.
it babysitting the mill. I'm
Yeah.
not having to. I can start and finish my staining and glazing. Without having to get up every 20 minutes, an hour, or
change
whatever.
them, yeah.
I could leave the lab, so a lot of times I'll just
Load it up.
at night,
Yep.
let it work at night, and I'm ready. I come in the morning to start my green state.
So are you the only technician doing that, or are you training somebody,
Right now,
or is it just you?
Our Sarah, we are
yeah.
training her.
She already bailed
to-
on you.
Yeah, she was like, see ya.
She's like, I'm out.
She probably saw something cool. It's like, oh, yeah.
Wine.
Probably wine.
But,
Nope, there she is. No wine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so she's
not yet.
She's starting to get into that,
Yeah.
and we're just using all our old zirconia that was appreciated that I didn't like, and really when it comes down to it, it's do all the shades match? So whenever I would get a call from some zirconia rep wherever they're at, and they're like, "Hey, we're going to send you a puck," I'm like,
Thanks.
"All right."
I'll put it to the drawer full of other pucks you
Well, I
have.
said,
That
"Okay,
does happen,
send me a
actually.
shade C3." Oh.
Yeah, that's the worst one of all.
Yeah, if they can hit
D2.
that and it looked nice,
No way. Yeah.
Because everybody asks for A2. Everybody wants to sample A2 because, I'll use it A2.
Right.
But you're smart, man. That's
because I want that to be researched before they give it to me. And give me your firing parameters. So when I tried B&D, I was here in Chicago 3 years ago, I think, when I sat in their lecture and drank the Kool-Aid. And I said, let me try it. So I tried C3, their dipping, and
It worked?
it worked.
Cool.
So is it oil-based or water-based? That used to be
It's
the big
water-based.
thing.
It's
Okay.
water-based. Yeah,
So-
it used to be so you'd have acid-based, maybe oil-based.
Maybe it's acid. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so and that would deteriorate your oven.
Yeah, I heard
and
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just not. It's just not the case anymore.
So how long is a dip?
One
for a
minute.
minute.
1 minute.
Right.
What if you go over that?
Dark.
Does it get darker?
It really doesn't.
No?
Not
Well-
like you would think. It's not like it overshades the crown.
Yeah.
Because that shade, and we've got all 16 Vita Classic shades, all 3D shades, and the bleach shades. So I've got
Wow.
anything that a doctor asked for. And they're very, very close to that shade guide. So that's what we all fight,
Yeah.
is getting a natural, beautiful look
Sure,
out of the
absolutely.
centering oven.
Yeah.
You just drop the whole thing in there, or do you just the
He's a
outside of
newbie.
it?
Well,
What?
so
Said he's a newbie.
You should have came to our presentation.
Exactly.
You
Well, I
would have
probably
seen all
should
of
have.
it.
I don't understand. I've never done it. Like I said, we never had
so
to
I
do
paint
it.
on the incisal, and they've got, say for your A1, you use this incisal effect, and for
So it's kind of
darker,
like layering, but it's
So it's not
dipping.
straight dipping. It's not just dropping it in
It's kind
there.
of like,
no. So you paint on your incisal, and then you dip it, and
Then you
dip
dip
it
it.
for a minute, and for larger like hybrid cases, I paint on the shade instead of doing a full immersion.
Do they have to dry before they go in the oven?
I let it sit on the bench for maybe 10 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah,
That's it.
back in the day, I was always heat lamp or
yeah, that's what we
dehydrator
used
or
to.
something. On a large mass bridge, you may want to put it in the dehydrator and
Yeah.
let it dry for a little bit.
Well, it doesn't sound that bad. I always thought it'd be a big, huge pain in the to do
It was
honestly.
a huge pain in the ass back in the day, but now
Yeah.
not so much.
yeah.
It's changed for sure.
Yeah.
When we mill the white blanks, Brian has time to join us at dinner time and stuff. So because he's like, oh, my mill's got another 3 hours, so now he's allowed to. He goes soccer practice.
Have a little bit of a life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
some life. Yeah, he could do other things in the lab.
So how do you work together in the lab? So explain to me,
Barely.
Christina.
We actually do pretty well together in the lab. We give each other some slack. You have
Yeah.
to. My responsibilities are way different than his responsibilities in the lab, and he understands that, and I understand that. So I cut off a lot at 2:30, and
gotta
basically
go
I
pick
have
up
to
the
pick our
kids
kids
and-
up and,
That's nice,
and
though.
do that. So, and I get in a little bit later because I also make lunches and do all that in the morning while he's showering. So I don't get in until about 9. But our commute's just a couple steps out of
Perfect.
our house up
Oh,
to
really?
our,
It's that
our
close?
lab.
Oh,
So it's not.
all right.
We're
It's
not-
above our garage.
It's above our garage.
We built the lab
Before
above
we
our
had
garage.
an employee, sometimes I would come in my pajamas.
Yeah,
But now
would be ideal.
I kind of get ready now. So
You can still pull it off. You're the boss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I mean,
In so many ways.
Yeah, right.
I write the checks. That's how but yeah, we just on days when I know he's got a heavy load, I'm
kind of hands off a
I'm
little
like,
bit, let him go.
just be over here. You
Yeah.
know, if you need me, I'm over here. I don't try to bug him too much. And the same for me sometimes.
That's another thing with the
He's a little
zirconia. It
needy
allows
sometimes.
me that time to focus on other stuff. I'm not babysitting the mill.
Yep.
I'm not doing that anymore.
And we do have our hard days. And I just blast the music louder.
Yeah.
And he puts his headphones on. And
What was the slogan on your shirts I saw?
every day I'm milling it.
Every day
Oh,
I'm
I
milling it.
love that.
That's
So
great.
that was created during an argument between me and him. I was in the model room at the time, and he was over here, and we just clashed that day. And I was like, shut my music. I blasted some Prince because I know he hates Prince. So I'm like, I'll just kill you with, being a little bit of spite in there. And then I walk through and I look at him and I just said, every day I'm milling it. And he goes, I like that. And the fight was gone. We were just like, we're going to
That is
run with
such
it.
a
I'm going
great
to get
story.
T-shirts made.
Oh
We're
my
going
God.
for
Bumper
it.
stickers,
But,
banners.
yeah,
I love it.
we love it. We still,
I love it.
yeah,
That's
we were going to
great.
go change into our T-shirts and then we decided,
Yeah, we're going to be
Yeah.
professional
Yeah,
today.
we're
Not
gonna-
that that's not.
right. But we just, every day I'm milling it. And we do. Our goal is to every day get our mills running. So
If you don't, you're doing
if you
something
don't,
wrong.
you're doing
yeah.
something
Yeah.
wrong. So
How much conversation about the lab happens
After
at home or on the weekend?
Oh, she hates talking about it. I
Yeah.
will, honestly, I'll talk
he'll talk all
anytime.
day, night.
That's why I
24
love
hours.
coming to places like this. 'Cause
Yeah.
everybody wants to talk.
Everybody's into it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great.
I hang it up.
Yeah.
and
Time to
So do
move
I.
on.
Yeah, I have other things to talk about, like Bluey and
Children and-
stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. But, yeah, we don't talk too much. I mean,
You guys seem to have found your balance well.
Yeah.
we do. We do.
If it's a necessity,
we talk about it.
Yeah.
And we go up, after we put the kids to bed, sometimes I will just, that's when we have our meetings.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, we have got to tackle this. Let's do it right now. Everybody's in bed. Nobody's calling us on the phones during the day. We're
Yeah.
not being distracted.
You got to
and we'll-
dip it in the bud.
Yeah.
That's when I get a lot of my work done is after work hours because
Yeah.
I'm not having texts every 30 seconds from
From
doctors,
doctors.
or assistants, or
Yeah.
whatever. They all have my number,
Oh, yeah.
so they know they can get in touch with me anytime. So
But,
I'm always available.
Yeah,
for
in our
clients.
beginning baby stages, he would work late nights, and that became an issue with us personally. I was like, this is not what we signed up for. Let's figure out why you're staying up this late and fix
Manage
that
it. Good
during
call.
the day.
Yeah.
And we have, and now he comes to bed at 10 o'clock or
Yeah.
he's like only has a little bit to do because I'm like, okay, if you're staying up this late, then we need somebody in there to help you, so you're not doing that because we miss him. And we hired Sarah, and so we got Brian back in our house.
That's
Daddy
nice.
came home whenever.
Aw.
But aren't you putting your kids to work?
Not yet.
Yeah.
We want to. We have
Yeah.
4 of
The
them.
teenagers
I mean,
have
Come
no
on.
interest.
Oh,
in
just throw them
teeth
in there and
whatsoever.
Don't give them a choice.
don't give them a choice.
right. Well, now our twins, our 8-year-olds, they're in there a lot, and they'll sit
Yeah, they
on our
came-
laps. And
I was
They
in there
came
when
up
I was
a lot.
young,
and
too.
watch. And
Yeah.
we have one, Becca, who is
Were
the
your parents
youngest of
text?
all of them. She draws teeth pictures for us.
Aw.
You put little hats on
Little
them.
hats, alligator tooth, and it's like a tooth with
Nice.
I mean, I might need to make some. I might need to
More.
use
It's a
her.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a merch. Yeah.
She
you
made
go.
a Humpty Dumpty crown, and it's like looks like
Swagger.
Humpty Dumpty
That's
on the
cool.
top, and it's cracked, and the tooth at the bottom.
That's
It's so
cool.
funny. I'm like, I love this.
A little genius.
Yeah.
A
There
little
you go.
tooth girl.
A little
girl
tooth
or boy.
girl, all girls.
Awesome.
We have
All I
all
make is
Really?
girls.
yeah, Brian.
All as we make is boys.
Oh, really?
Everybody in my family.
I might need
Lucky.
to know that your trick.
Yeah.
I'm just
My
kidding.
mom always wanted to have a girl, and every time I had a boy, she'd be like, thanks, Mom.
Well, my mom's like, you gonna try for a boy? No.
Like, you are crazy.
We'll have triplet girls. We will. So we're good.
Yeah. 4 kids.
Yeah.
We're done.
That's a lot to manage.
It is.
Yeah.
And they all have different, they're all different. So they all have different interests. We have drama, cheerleading, soccer, dance. Some used to do a lot of dance, but we kind of like,
Got out of
let's
that
do
stage.
other stuff. 4 in dance is
Oh,
That's a lot.
It's a mortgage payment.
I
Like,
bet.
It's straight up as a mortgage
Yeah,
payment,
we're like,
and
no.
I don't get, you do that for a year and you watch your kids dance for
2
4
minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1,000
well
later.
worth it. Thank you guys. That was great.
We
And
love
the
you
whole
so
time they're like
much.
watching their teachers over on the side, like what
Counting
do I
money.
do now?
Tap your toes.
Yeah, that's all they're doing.
But now that we have Emma is our oldest and she's driving, and it's a whole nother.
Oh,
Not making
God, I know.
deliveries?
Well,
Come on. They got,
she might be.
She just has her permit.
Yeah, right
okay,
now,
yeah.
so
At
she's
this point,
getting
yeah.
her.
Just because
My
she's
son's
16, I'm
16,
not ready
yeah.
for her to get
It's
out
scary.
on the road yet.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It is scary. It's a whole nother parenting stuff they don't
My
tell you
son's
about.
16 and just got his first car, and I'm just like, oh, God. It's nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking. I don't like
Whole
it.
nother element into worry.
It is.
Yeah.
And you don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun. And then we got another one coming up driving soon. So
You're going to have people drive. I mean, you're
we're
doing
gonna.
a lot.
I know.
At some point, you got to buy two.
Right? Oh
Two
my
cars.
goodness! Stop.
Yeah, insurance.
I'll just get
Quit
the
getting used
motorcycle
that
with the
reality.
sidecar.
There
at
you
that
go.
point. Be like, you share. You share.
Figure it out. That's cool.
All right, let's hype it up. Ladies of the Mill.
Ladies of the Mill.
Yes.
I want to say it got
Excited.
moved to Nashville, and it's in June.
July.
July, I knew that. I was
July.
close.
It's the same July 22nd, 23rd
July.
in Nashville.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
Yeah, it's looking like a good lineup.
Oh,
Oh,
heck
yes. Yes, we are. And I'm meeting with Jill when we get back from Chicago we're going to go to the venue and, like, really get our inspiration on
Yep.
there and finalize some stuff and get things in order. And we're very excited because
Yeah.
we're adding some new things this year and some breakout sessions and stuff. And we're just very excited about bringing some new things to
Wow.
Lab
I
more-
heard last year, I wasn't able to go, but it was
Yes.
just amazing.
It
How do you
was.
find time to do that?
Well,
Where is
I
it?
give her that time. I just
Yeah.
said, take it. Cause
Take it, yeah.
You know, because I got to go last year, and being kind of the fly on the wall, I really, you know, and the whole time through the planning, through the picking, I mean, they worked so hard. And, you know, to see this meeting just really go without a hitch, you know, and not saying that there weren't things that they want to change, but that's why you do things, and that's why they have those meetings and work so hard together to try to pre-think everything out and to where everybody feels like they're coming away with something.
Yeah. Inspiration.
encouragement.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be where we are today without encouragement, and I think to be an encourager, it helps our industry just to, because you just need that pep. Like, you can do this. You just got to take that step. You got to take that leap. So,
Well, this is the field where it's not only a man can do this.
Yeah, because it was for a very long time.
oh, for a very long time.
And it still kind of
It
has
still-
a little
it
bit of that
is, but-
stigma,
Yeah.
Right.
which
But I'm telling you, there are fantastic women technicians. My mother was a technician. She was a ceramist, and beautiful work, you know. And she always kind of got downplayed, especially with bigger companies that she worked with. That's what we heard last year. Is, you know, feels like, you know, from an attendee at Ladies of the Mill, they said, seems like the only way for me to advance is for somebody to die or somebody to leave, and then they'll give you that opportunity. You know, why don't we get that opportunity from the start?
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it just takes that, say, put your foot down and say, we have to have a chance for this.
yeah.
You know, so, you know, I've always been a supporter. You know, obviously I have 4 daughters and a wife. You know, I want the best for them forever.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah. So your mom was a ceramist?
Uh-huh.
So were you dental as well
I was
for your
not-
background? Or?
No.
They had a restaurant
I had a
background.
You're
restaurant
kidding me.
background. My grandparents. My father's originally from Italy, and they moved to America to better their lives,
Yeah.
and they started a restaurant in the 60s, I believe.
Yeah, my
And then-
grandparents came over from Poland.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're just restaurant background. I'm customer service to the max. I
Yeah.
can talk to
Big
anybody
time.
and meet anybody. I'm a people person, so, you know, this chair keeps turning while
I
I'm
know,
talking.
I know. The same with me. I have my feet locked under it
Yeah, that's
to
what I
hold
do.
myself
So you gotta-
steady.
There you go.
So my background's restaurants.
So when you guys met, were you already in the lab?
Oh
doing
yeah, I've been in the lab since I was 2 weeks
10?
old.
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
know.
so
same here.
how we met was that his parent, you know, they work late nights. they would be the last customer at our restaurant. We knew, and they were very regular. We knew when they were coming. And a lot of the times,
The other
servers were
would be
like, I don't want to. It's 8:30. It's almost time to go. And I'm like, I'll wait on them. For one, they're great. The conversation's always there. They tip amazing.
Yes,
and I don't
that's
have to do
important.
side work,
Yeah.
so I'll take them. And so I just got to know his parents through the restaurant, and then his mom
Blind date.
blind date.
Your mom set you up.
Yeah.
You're like this gorgeous. That's so
It's
cool.
so funny, and we've been together ever since 17 years now.
Wow.
Yep. 15 married. Best blind date ever.
I was going to say your mom had to know something, huh?
It was
That's
funny.
cool.
He's like, I'm Brian, and I said, I'm Christina. He's like, I know so much about you. I'm like, I know a lot about you too, because his mom was coming, talking about him the whole time, and then going home or
talking
to the
about
lab,
you.
Yep.
and they worked across from each other and just talking about me. And so,
Worked out great.
Yeah.
Thanks,
so your
Nancy.
mom was in the lab, and then she's out of the lab, and now you're in the lab. How long have you been in the lab since you guys got married?
well, no, actually, we got pregnant with our first, and I couldn't wait tables anymore. So Brian's parents offered me a job at the lab, and I worked there for about a year.
It's where water broke
My
at.
water broke in the lab.
Really?
I was the opaque girl. I learned.
That's what I started doing.
I learned like everybody else. I
Yep.
got in the model room first, and deliveries and pickups, and
I started deliveries and pickups,
Yep.
and then opaquing.
and then opaquing
Yep.
me too. And so I was 9 months pregnant. I had 25 teeth I just opaqued, and I'm walking. Our oven went down, so I had to use the ancient one that was in the back.
All the way in the back.
And so I'm walking across the lab, and all of a sudden I stop, and I'm like, and Nancy looks up. She's like, "You okay?" And I said, "I think I'm peeing on myself." And she goes,
Oh, no.
"Can you stop it?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "Your water broke." Brian looks over his shoulder. He's
Casually.
like, "Are we having a baby today?" And I was like, "Can somebody get these teeth?" So because
The whole time, just
just
sitting there
holding
holding
them because I did not want to start that process over.
Jesus. That's awesome. So you worked to the very last day. That's
Yes,
impressive.
I did.
She really did.
And then we were very thankful. We got to bring Emma to work with us for a while, but then I decided to leave and go on to banking. I went into banking. It was just easier. Working all of us together was
At that time,
At
yeah,
that time
that
was,
makes sense.
we were kind of like, I was like, I think I was young. I was 22 years old, so I was like, I'm gonna
That's a
try
little
to-
bit of
yeah.
parents.
Then I
Yeah.
didn't get back into the lab until we opened Digital Dental together. So
Nice. So you guys went into a partnership and your parents retired, or
Yes.
Cool.
Mhm.
Good for you guys.
Yeah,
That's a fantastic story.
it is. Starting Digital Dental was probably one of the best things adventure we've been on. I
It
get
really
emotional
is.
when we
I
talk
know. I
about
can
it.
tell. It's really neat.
And it's really just, we've been blessed with, we built it from nothing, and now here we are talking to the famous voices of the bench.
Right.
And you know what I really like is that I'm face to face with you, and I can see your emotion and your
Yeah.
passion, and it's like so exciting to be in a meeting like this and get to see people. And
It's
It pays
really
Talk to
felt
people.
good coming to Chicago
Yeah.
this year.
a lot of positive energy.
Yeah.
We turned 8 this year, so and it's been
That's
we're at
fantastic.
I never thought we'd be like this successful. I guess I knew we would be successful, but not
Yeah.
all the opportunities that we've had. It's just been
Well, congratulations to you both.
We've been blessed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been fun.
Thank you for talking to us.
yes.
Thank you, dear.
By the way, Elvis had to go work, so I
Yeah.
appreciate you guys staying with me.
That's
and,
what he calls it.
He,
Yeah.
he says he's working.
Yeah, he does. Enjoy the rest of the meeting.
All
Have
right. Thank you for
fantastic.
having us.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
All right.
I think we're good to go.
Make sure he knows how to pronounce it. I love your hair. It's so cute. You got a lot going on.
All I know is Katie.
Katie Boteler.
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 He'll be like Katie
Move that in front of your
Butler.
mouth.
I can't. My noggins aren't doing.
There you
Is that
go.
better?
Perfect.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you can't have. She can't wear her headphones because she has noggins.
What's a noggin?
I don't know. I'm just talking about my hair. My hair
I love
bobs.
her hair. I just said
I call
that.
them bear ears. Is that all right? Or is
Doo-doo
that
balls?
offensive?
Doo-doo
what?
balls.
Doo-doo balls.
Yeah. I rolled into town with blue hair just to shock him.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't even notice because I'm
And
a
he didn't
guy.
notice. I'm like, all right, well, hey, what the hell?
That's all right.
All right, we're at the Preet booth, LMT Lab Day Chicago 2022 with Katie Bowler.
That's it. You did it.
Boom.
Bowler?
Boteler.
He said, I thought you said bowler.
I did. But
did.
she
Close,
went with
close.
it.
I went with it. I didn't even hear you.
Yeah, well,
It's
I
fine.
didn't.
Driving all the way from Alabama.
It wouldn't help you if you read it either. So
Lincoln, Alabama.
I did. I drove from Alabama.
Damn. By yourself or with
I
somebody?
did. No, I was by myself, yeah.
So you just said, I'm out of here and went on a road trip?
I left Wednesday night and drove halfway and then stopped. And
Where's halfway?
I think it was somewhere in, I don't know.
BFE.
Indiana?
You were in Indiana?
Illinois?
Illinois, I don't know.
Indiana, no, actually.
Whatever.
That's where
yeah.
I'm from.
Yeah, so drove halfway, about 5.5 hours, and then took a nap, took a shower,
Yeah.
got up and came the rest of the way in the morning, and I was here by like 2:30 yesterday,
Nice.
I think.
That's not
yeah.
bad.
And I
Nice.
like stopped and lollygagged around
Yeah.
That's cool.
on the way, so you
If
don't
it's
get
like
bored.
me,
That's
it's
what we used to do.
14 bathroom
Yep.
breaks.
Yeah.
Yep. We used to do road trips from Florida all the way to Michigan. Same
If
thing.
I can drive
loved
somewhere,
it.
I'm going to drive
Oh,
somewhere.
yeah.
It takes just as long in the airport as it
Yep.
does by the time you drive there,
And you get to listen
True.
to
and if
your
you're going
music
with
and-
multiple people and you have to pay for multiple airplane
Yeah.
tickets, it just doesn't add up,
Yeah.
and you don't get to see anything.
Yep.
Well,
Bingo,
So let's
baby.
talk about you and Aspen.
Cool.
Is that
Let's do
where
that.
you started?
No, I actually started with Affordable.
Affordable. Okay.
Yeah, I was with Affordable Dentures, and I didn't even start. I was talking to you last night about this. I didn't even start with dentistry at all until 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done.
So were you
multiple-
selling?
I've had multiple lives.
Wow.
No, I've just done everything that I mean, I like to learn things and take in things and new things, and so
So
I've
what are
done
some other careers you had before dental?
retail and food
Yeah.
industry and
Yeah, gotta love the
management.
restaurants.
So I worked at a florist for a little bit. I've processed photography.
Wow.
Yeah. So I like to dabble.
Okay.
A little bit.
Are you dabbling in?
No, I think
Dental
I
lab.
found my
Yeah,
home.
you think you found it.
Yeah, I love it. Like I said, 2017, I started as a processor at Affordable. My best friend at the time got the lab manager position at the location I was at, and she was like, hey, I need a processor, and I trust you, so please come work with me.
Wow.
You had no idea what it was.
And, I knew what she did,
Yeah.
but I was definitely not in the club. I was
Yeah.
not in the life, but I knew going into it as a processor that was not going to be my end goal. I knew that I was going to be, a full tech, and I was going to be at the bench for
Does
sure.
anybody
and
start as a processor and say to themselves, this is where I want to be?
I hope not.
I hope not, too.
I really hope not, because I took a pay cut to go do that. It wasn't a major pay cut at the
Yeah.
time, but I definitely took a pay cut, but I was definitely thinking of long run compared
Yeah.
to
Sure.
short term. So I did that and was setting teeth by 18. So within the year, I was like, I want to be at the bench. So I would,
All at Affordable.
Yeah, all
Okay.
at Affordable. So I was trying to pour up models and cut them down and articulate as fast as possible, so I could get over to the bench. Because if they had already gotten to all the good work, then I wouldn't have anything to practice on. So
Wow.
I'm like,
Wow.
well, got to get over there. So she really gave me my lead, and
Is Affordable one tech in an office, or is it multiple
no,
techs?
it's
Yeah, I don't
multiple
know that
techs.
either.
Yeah,
Because
usually
Aspen's usually just one.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So usually at Affordable, because it's the same day stuff, you're looking at 2 to 4 to 5 techs.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So my friend went on maternity leave, and it was just me and a processor that we had just hired. So she was fresh, and she was just learning, and she had never been in dentistry either. So I got offered the lab manager position. And
Damn.
it was just me and her for a while trying to run a same-day lab,
How many doctors?
No pressure
One
there.
doctor.
One doctor, but
yeah.
still, that's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
One doctor,
Yeah.
but yeah, we were getting back 10 to 20 cases a day, and I was just like, no, this same day thing's not on the table anymore, guys. Like, we're gonna
10
have
to 20 dentures.
we're gonna
like a
shut that
day?
down. Cases. So not like it could have been. They could have been fulls, or they could have been partials, or
Oh,
it
they
could
did
have been,
partials too.
Yeah.
Okay.
In one day.
Yeah, but I shut that down when it was only 2 people there. I was like,
Yeah,
we
that's a
can't.
lot of pressure.
We cannot do
There'd
this,
be no
guys.
way.
So I ended up starting to talk to Aspen, and the location that I ended up at, the doctor's great,
Yeah.
super laid back, super all about like letting me do what I need to do, super open to my artistic abilities and just
Cool.
whatever, and trust me completely. And I
Wow.
just went out on a limb and was like, okay, I'll move. So I took that job.
You had to move?
So where'd you go
No,
from?
just
Oh.
move location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Got it.
I'm literally in the middle of both of those locations. So it was 20 miles one way or 20 miles the other way,
Yeah.
regardless. So
I hear Aspen's, it's all about the doctor.
It is all about, quality and work life and everything. It's literally all about the doctor. And my district manager was like, this is a great location. And I was like, okay, I trust you, and just went with it. And it really has been super cool.
Did they have to retrain you or train you any more on anything, or did you know the whole thing, walk right in and went good to go?
I walked on in and was ready to go. They actually, at that location, that doctor didn't even deal with implants or anything, but my affordable I was at, I did implants and all on fours. And, so I was actually more trained. And that's what they tell you. Anyway, as a lab tech, you know more about dentures than your dentist does.
Yeah.
Sure. But that was the truth. I went in and, I've taught them a lot already just about those things. And so they love me and they're super appreciative. And
are you enjoy it? Are you working really long hours, or do you
At first I was just to play catch up because it was a dark lab and there was no tech there for a couple of months.
What does that mean, dark lab? Like there's
nobody there. There's no tech.
Stuff piled up.
So what does an Aspen do if there's no tech? Send it to another Aspen?
They outsource. They send it to another Aspen, or they get a floater tech to come in, or whatever they can do, or they sit a DA in there and tell them to try their best.
Does Aspen have a training center?
They don't have a center, no, but they have.
Because they're heavy and removable, and we can't find removables to save our life.
So they don't have a training center, but they do train their techs. You can do a training program, which you have to be able to do it while you're working, so it's kind of hard because you have to do a lot of casework. And so for my lab, it's a heavy lab, so it's hard for me to work on my study case to even get anywhere to where I could send it in. And I'm doing real stuff. I'm doing real stuff from 7:30 to 5 every day. But like I was saying, when I first got there, I was there stupid hours.
I could see it in your face. You don't even think about it.
Weekends,
it was dumb. No, I was like, no, I'm not coming in the weekend. I'll work 60 hours during the week, but I'm not coming in on the weekend. I can't.
Yeah.
But now that I'm caught up, I'm not repairing other techs' mess ups. I'm not having to put teeth in that have fallen out because somebody refused to set it properly or refused to clean I know my cases and I know my job and I know my work, and it's standing up compared to who was in there and stuff. They come to me and they're like, they've told me several times, we're not scared to come in the lab anymore. We used to come in the lab and
crazy lab technician.
We were scared to ask questions.
What do you want?
Yeah, we were scared to ask questions because they would just tell us they didn't know, or they would just have no clue what was going on. So I was like,
I got this.
Yeah.
So what does Aspen do when when you're gone and doing something like this?
Schedule.
So I actually have a trainee now. I have a DA that's transferring over into the lab, and I'm starting her training. So she's basically at processor level, processor finisher. She's starting to wax and do some stuff. She's not setting yet. She's taking it slow. So she is in there processing. I got I think I got 8 cases ready for her to process while I was gone yesterday and today. So
you getting home to a huge mountain of work?
I'm nervous about that. No, I just busted ass for
that's
Monday.
what
everyone does here.
Same thing.
Busted ass for a couple of days, and hopefully you're not
and I'm like,
underground
Barbara out.
when you get back. Hopefully you're not in the
You're
sugar
gonna be
already.
a little bit, but at least you kicked ass before you left.
So
I did the same thing.
And it's slow right now for
Is
whatever.
it?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's got their check yet. So
Probably.
So we're still it's still and knock on wood. It's great when it's great, but.
So how do they go about scheduling? So the patient comes in to see the doctor. Do they give you a fair amount of time?
So
Define fair.
Yeah.
Well, not a day.
So I really like doing same day work.
So do they have that option if the patient wants it?
I've given them.
Cool.
Not. It's been on rare occasions. A couple of cases I've done. I'm like, let's just do it. Let's just do. They're here. A lot for whatever we have options, but for whatever reason, we'll have patients drive from 2 hours away, and I'm like, what?
Isn't there at least 3 Aspens between here and
exactly. Which is cool.
They
with
heard
me.
about
hey,
you. That's why.
Come on over. Yeah, I'm all good with that. But no, I have a couple of, if we do ASAP models, which is just, a poor wash, with their old denture, then we'll give them their denture back within an hour and a half.
Yep.
And
that's
then,
nice.
Yeah, and then from there they'll be back in a couple of days for try-in, and then a couple of days for process, hopefully.
Nice. And you control all the variables,
yeah.
which I love.
So we do, which is something I liked about Affordable, is we did bite blocks because it was all same days. Not bite. We did mush bites, and I liked mush bites. I mean, with Aspen, it's that extra step with the bite blocks.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I mean, you get...
So they didn't do them?
No.
Oh, interesting.
No, yeah. We just did all mush bites and
but you need them,
blue
right?
moose
Bite blocks? Isn't
yeah.
it more accurate?
I would think so.
It is more accurate, and it has turned out I don't do near as many makeovers.
Yeah.
I think I've done maybe one makeover in the last 8 months. So, I mean, it's definitely more fail-safe.
Do they have any options eventually for you to go into digital, or are you
We
doing
are.
some
So
already?
all Aspens are apparently moving.
Did they all get a carbon?
Yeah.
They're all
Or they all bought
moving.
something?
I think we're getting the sprint race.
Oh.
Wow.
With the 3 shape. So that is Aspen's plan.
Sounds like
Are you happy?
Mixed emotions.
Yeah, I would be the same way.
I really like to use my hands, and I like to have no fingernails, and I like to be at a grinder. Yeah, girl, I'm like,
ditto.
I know. I like it.
Yeah,
I like
so
to have
do
it, and I like to be in there. And it's just going to be a completely different mindset just because you're at a computer compared to at a bench.
Yeah.
They're like 100%. Like everything's. You're not
It's
even going to have a.
happening.
You're
Yeah.
not going to have a hydro machine. You're not going to have. There's like.
Wow.
That's it. Like you're digital. When you go digital, you're digital. That's it. So I'm trying to talk my doctors into letting me keep my Iva clear, at least, and being able to do our highest end denture still in the press unit, because I would much rather do that. I would really rather just do immediates and basics in the print.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
I would
works
love
the best.
that.
Works.
Yeah.
Because it's fast. It's great. It's what it is. That's what it is.
Yep.
But for a quality denture that you want to say has a 7-year warranty, I don't know if I want to print that.
Well, it'll be interesting dynamic,
Yeah.
So they don't give you a choice?
Nope.
When is this happening?
It's slowly rolling through.
Yeah.
And they have a corporate location here in Chicago, and they're bringing techs up a class at a time to train for a week at their corporate location. And so that's really cool.
When are you going to do that?
I haven't been given a date yet. My district manager told me that she wants me to go last so she can keep me analog for the life.
Smart girl.
Because she likes my dentures, and she's like, nope, we like them. We're going to try and keep you as long as possible in analog.
That's
and
nice.
I was like, thank you.
Wow,
Okay, that's cool.
nice,
Yeah. There's a couple of labs around us that have already rolled out.
Does Aspen send you?
No. I came on my own. No.
Yeah.
I don't even think they have a booth.
They used to have the blue polos would be all over the place.
No.
I thought they were. I don't know either, but yeah.
Blue,
So
yeah.
are you just doing seminars and checking out?
I really
stuff
just came to
and-
hang out with my Instagram friends.
Smart woman. That's an even better answer.
It's like I was telling Janelle and them. I was like, this is like the dental spring break. It's
Big
like
time.
you
Yeah.
really feel like this is your time. You're getting ready in your lab, and you're like, chomping at the bits, and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait. We're going to go and we're going to hang out, and everybody's going to talk about the same thing, and we're
Oh,
going to
hell
all be
yeah.
in the same boat, and it's so much fun,
Yep,
and
like-minded.
yeah.
I
So it's
love
really
this
cool.
meeting.
And this is the first year I've ever been.
Really?
Yeah. So
now you're like,
First
hell
of
yeah,
many.
I'm coming back.
first
Yep,
of
exactly.
many. I left 80-degree weather.
Same here.
You're close to me. So,
Yep.
yeah, I was wearing a tank top when I got in the car to come up here, and then I was like, oh.
I didn't even bring gloves or a scarf. I'm like,
I'm
I'm
not
from
going
Florida.
outside.
I don't give a
No.
shit. I'll put my
No.
jacket on and go.
No.
Nothing. Seriously, I
Totally.
really didn't.
Those are
I don't
nuts.
own gloves.
I had to buy a coat. I had to buy a coat because I
had
didn't
to
know
buy
one.
my first year,
Like,
and I still use the same coat because
There
it's
you
the
go.
only one I'll ever need.
That's an investment.
Yep. But I didn't want to go for the hat and the gloves. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll
It's
just
too
put them
much-
in my
like,
pocket.
When you live in the South, it's like too much to carry a jacket somewhere, and then you got to take it off and find somewhere for it to go because you're only cold from the house to the car and then car to work. And
Yes.
That's it.
I never wear a jacket.
And then
I
by
literally
3 o'clock
never
in the
did.
afternoon, you're
Yep.
sweating.
Even when it's 40 in
Sometimes.
Florida, I don't wear
No.
a jacket because you're from the car to
Yeah.
the lab, back and back. And it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm
Must
good.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yes, it
So
is,
there's
actually.
you.
It's very nice.
I think I have 3 pairs of gloves here.
That's hilarious.
I will be honest, though. I was outside walking from my hotel to this hotel, and by the time I got here, my freaking fingers
Were
were
they?
cold.
It's cold.
I was like, holy shit.
It's
I had
cold
to warm
out
them
there.
up, but
Yeah.
I'm still not buying gloves.
It is cold out there.
Not happening.
Nope. Well, but yes, so I'm meeting all my friends for the first time.
Where are you guys meeting?
We met last night upstairs.
Big bar. So you guys are at the big bar?
Yeah.
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 All right, I'll be there.
Then,
They have hot dogs here, you know that?
No.
I was pretty impressed.
Hot dogs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why were you impressed with that?
It's a Chicago dog.
You just don't expect much from a bar hot dog.
It was literally the first thing he saw on the menu, and he's like, hot dog, I'm getting a hot dog. That's it. I said.
And then you know what?
Funny.
2 of them showed up.
2 of them came out.
Did you eat them both?
I was like, Elvis, it's a $14 hot dog, and he was like, it's fine, whatever.
Chicago.
Whatever.
I'm eating the
it's
damn
cool.
thing.
YOLO. He totally
He's a runner,
YOLO'd
so he probably got up and ran this morning. Like,
No, I didn't.
It's scary. Yeah.
So awesome. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great to finally meet you.
Totally.
I hear you like Morrissey.
Thank you
That's
for
our
my
ongoing
pin.
joke.
That is our ongoing joke.
She likes what?
Morrissey.
Every time I post something Morrissey related, it's only been twice, but I say
know.
every time. I'm like, it's 150 million times, and every time. No, I think.
Anytime I see someone with a Morrissey reference,
kindred
he's a
spirit.
singer. He's a singer. Not many people know him.
Yeah.
Not very popular in mainstream.
Okay.
So when she posted a story and it played a Morrissey song, I was like, oh, hey, you like Morrissey?
Yeah.
And then like months later, I did it again.
It's funny. It's all right. I'm sure you talk to plenty of people.
He is a little clueless. Just saying.
I'm just more
Make
clueless
sure you
than
say your
anything.
name to him twice because.
It's okay.
Well, thanks, Cody.
Clopey? What?
Clay. Katie, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you.
No problem.
Have a great rest of your stay. Hopefully we'll get a drink later.
I'll be there.
Bye.
I don't drink, but I'll be there.
I'll be there anyway.
Barb will drink enough for the both of you.
Yes. Either her or I'm sure everybody else will catch up.
Jonathan J.T. Thompson.
That is what I've told them to call me. Thank you.
LMT Day. You can hear me okay. Elvis had to leave, so it's just me. Hold on, I got to fix this. There we go. So you and I talked 3 years ago.
We did.
With Elvis at the time. So what have you been doing for 3 years?
You know, still trying to make a name for Work NC Dental in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's the best open source CAM software there is out there. Work NC Dental is owned by Hexagon, which is a giant conglomerate. And so it's got a lot of structure backing it. It's not going anywhere for a while.
So tell me about it.
Well, Work NC Dental is a high-end CAM software that really allows people who want to innovate to do anything that they want to do. If you know how to machine, if you know how to dictate to the machine what to do as far as the motions of finishing work, you can have the machine do the majority of work and mill out a part so perfect that you don't even have to touch it with any hand tools afterwards. And so with that level of skill, you need a highly accurate CAM software. And that's Work NC Dental.
How's the meeting going for you? So are you at a booth, or where are you located right now?
No booth today. The head of Work NC Dental wasn't even sure that we were going to be able to be here because of COVID,
Yeah.
And we're still a little bit in this pandemic, and, our response
I will
is
say
fluctuating.
this. It's a great meeting, but it's definitely a lot slower.
It's about a quarter of the people I remember.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
And it's incredibly easy to get a drink around here, to make your way between, the aisles, and kind of miss that. Sometimes you get stopped and you hear something interesting. And, you get to make a new friend or something like that just by being stuck together.
Yeah, that's how we were saying. We're like, it's like keep looking for people to grab to sit down and talk to. Mm-hmm. And you just came right up to me.
Well,
So you moved to Michigan, huh?
I
How long
did,
ago?
yes. July. And
is it cold? Where'd you move from?
Oh, it's cold now,
Refresh my memory.
I was west of the city, northwest suburbs.
All right, so you were still cold. Went from cold and
I went to the other
cold.
side of the lake now, and then the problem with that is all the lake effect snow comes, and it starts at my driveway.
Oh, nice. So are you like remote?
Oh, yeah.
So you just talk to clients remotely, and do you train?
We use, mostly TeamViewer, and, I do on-site stuff, depending on when people want to pay for it.
Yeah.
But, just to have me in your office for a couple hours telling you all the little tricks you can do can greatly enhance any tech or any lab, just by knowing the things that you didn't know about the software. And there's so much that Work NC Dental can automate for CAM techs as well. The newest option, the newest module they have coming out right now is auto order, which actually will automatically procedurally make cases for you simply by watching a folder. And when new files pop up, it grabs them, makes a case out of them.
Wow.
So as opposed to going through, import to file, And you change the sequence.
Yeah.
Move it around. Add your pins. Touch it up. Anything else that you got to do. All that stuff is done automatically. And so you save an incredible amount of time with Work Incidental. And it can be automated, too. So you can actually do this in the workflow and have the software do it for you in the ways that you like. I had one lab, and they decided that for their zirconia that they would mill out, they would just use 1 3-millimeter pin. And I just kind of chuckled, and I said, does it work? And they said, yeah. And if I'm going to have to mill something down, I only have to mill out 1 space.
Wow.
As opposed to 3. And I said, okay, well,
that's fantastic.
If it works for you. So and I showed them how to make that automatic with Work Incidental, so it would always do it for any of their single crown cases.
Yeah.
And that the automation of Work NC is what really makes it just fiery quick.
So how do people find you?
You can
look it up, or
you can give me a call. You can find me at my email, jonathan@opensourcena.com.
Okay.
And you can just email me any inquiries about Work Incidental software.
And then what? So then you get them set up, and then you go online and you do like a training online?
Yeah, basically I will set up a customer with software, a new customer, and I will give them orientation to it. I also make custom templates as well. So if you want to approach a crown a little different, for instance, let's say you want your crown to have a little bit extra room on the inside so you can apply more glue. Yeah. You could actually order a sequence specifically to do that. And so this kind of customization is something that most labs aren't even... The concept is beyond most people because they're still doing so much stuff analog. But I just got out of this great conference done by Perfit, and they talked about the virtues of doing dentures digitally and how keeping everything in the digital space, not touching it, means you can replicate the same results every time, and that's very important in the case of any redone cases or anything like that because you can go back to the exact same thing and you're going to have that fit again.
So it's dentures and crowns, zirconia?
Work Incidental can mill everything.
Wow.
Can mill titanium. It's milling gold. One of our customers is out there doing that, and titanium bars, chrome cobalt, zirconia, peak, all that other stuff.
Where are you based out of?
I myself am in Holland, Michigan.
And then where's the company from?
Work Incidental is owned by Hexagon, which is based in Detroit.
Okay,
and the Work Incidental office, the world headquarters is in France.
Okay. Are you doing clinical as well as technical, like dentists? Did they use the software as well?
Well, a dentist would be able to actually get a chairside mill and use Work Incidental to process their designs. And so as the dental industry gets more competitive, I believe that more dentists will start having smaller mills in-house for those simple jobs. If you're going to have all of your teeth taken out and a bunch of implants put in your grill, that's probably going to take a while. You got to have to make multiple visits, come back. But, if somebody can just, hey, I know the dentist could be uncomfortable sometimes for some. I never had a problem because I had great dentists. Yeah. But it could be uncomfortable for some. How would you like to know that only one day committed to this is going to be going at the dentist? And the dentist can get your stuff done, put it in your mouth today. That would be wonderful for a lot of people.
Heck yeah. Huge upsell to a patient.
And with so many Canadians here, talking about their health care and stuff, I think that America is ripe for some innovation in those areas and some extra service. We're not very used to getting our health care today, and that's something I'd like to see changed.
Yeah. Ditto. So what do they do? So they have a spot where they work on R&D and they just keep adding things to the software? And, how does that work? Is that over in France?
Yes. So they will basically, the machines are one of the new things that they have to deal with. They got to go put them virtual machines together.
Yeah.
And so what I do is I help you dictate how you want the machines to run. And so you might be able to get a different material, cheaper, but it might have a slightly different milling result. And that could simply be because of the density of the material fluctuates from brand to brand. Yeah. And so you might need some changes to that. Work Incidental has simple ways of just going in and tweaking those changes within the software itself. So you have a lot of control in a very simple way to control how your machine works.
But you have a lot of happy customers, eh?
I'll take all of them I can get.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
It's definitely my goal to make sure all the customers are using Work NC and are happy with it. But the innovation is really where Work NC shines because you have the capabilities to blow the doors off of anything and start creating your own designs. From taking more material out at roughing to how you approach surface finishing for those last tool paths on the mill. So there's a lot of control out there, and if I could have a handful of people who just know how to go in and actually tweak that kind of stuff and do what they want to do and actually have that need for innovation, they're the ones who are going to push the whole market forward. Yeah. And it's happening. It's happening slowly, but pretty soon it's going to be ubiquitous.
I can see the passion in your eyes. That's why I love these face-to-face interviews because you're just so freaking pumped.
I'm trying to stay cool.
Well, you are.
But it's very exciting.
That's really
and
cool.
I look forward to seeing it blossom.
So how's the meeting going for you?
It's
Good?
pretty well, First time I come to Lab Day, all I do is look for my friends and say hi. Because, it's been 2 years since we've been here, and I was, at that 2020, and something was off in the air that year, And
it's almost like you knew.
Right.
Like something was coming.
Mm-hmm. And so there was pretty much all the business that you were trying to generate, kind of. I called so many of my labs up, make sure they were doing okay, and I actually didn't have to lose any customers due to the pandemic, and I was so happy for them because people still need to eat.
Yeah.
That's not really optional.
Yeah.
So they're still going to need teeth. To know that they were up and working means that people are going to be having more fulfilling lives, being able to chew that delicious food.
Well, I know for me personally, just getting out and seeing everybody and being able to talk face to face, and everybody's like passionate like you are. Like, every single person we talk to is just jazzed. And it's a great meeting. It's a little slow, but it's still great just to get out.
The energy is still here.
Oh,
and I think the people are wonderful, and they make it all worthwhile.
Yep. Well, enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you for talking to me.
You can find me at JT's Voice, at JT's_voice on Instagram. And
Instagram is where it's at.
Well, sometimes I'm on Twitch at JT's_voice, but not often.
Well, I'll check you out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good time.
Whipmix VeriWhirl Resin Cleaning Station is the ideal piece of equipment to use in the 3D printed resin post process. Its oscillating, multi-speed stirrer produces a tornado-like vortex every 30 seconds and guarantees efficient, effective, and powerful cleaning whether units are individual or still attached to the build plate. They have 2 alcohol baths, which make an effective step wash system. It cleans more efficiently, and there is less alcohol needed, since the alcohol is reusable for both a fresh bath and a dirty bath. Super plus. The VeriWhirl's intelligent design offers features such as mode, time, and start-stop button display, which gives the operator full and automatic control of the cleaning process. A mesh basket used in the wash container makes it super easy to keep track of small printed parts when cleaning. The affordable unit's 1-year warranty ensures that you will have peace of mind as the owner. So visit whipmix.com or call 800-626-5651 for more information about this super popular product.
We appreciate your support of the podcast, Whipmix.
A huge thanks to everybody who came by to see Elvis and I at LMT Lab Day Chicago. We really do love talking to new people, but also reconnecting with our past guests as well. So if you're curious about the Ladies of the Mill Summit, head over to ladiesofthemill.com and check it out. Their meeting is in July in Nashville, and they just announced the lineup, and it is full of some amazing speakers, and many of them are past guests or upcoming past guests of our podcast. So again, Elvis and I will be there recording all these amazing attendees and their stories, and I think the show is going to sell out super quick. So if you're interested, we recommend registering early. ladiesofthemill.com. Check it out.
Awesome. That's all we got for you, everybody. We will talk to you next week.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye. You're struggling a little today, bro.
It is. So